He was just sleeping. Among his toys, in his little bed, he didn't know that the rocket was already flying and that darkness would fall that night and never lift again. There is a photo of the firefighter who is carrying a lifeless child out of the rubble. This is just a tiny boy. He is dust covered, and this face will never smile again. That image just tears the soul open. Because it wasn't the front line, it wasn't the battlefield, the forest, the field, the armies fighting. It was just the residential neighborhood in Ukrainian capital Kyiv. And it was a home of this child. Someone, somewhere, pressed a button. Someone with a cold heart decided that this child was a target. And maybe, just maybe, after that, that person went home, sat down for dinner, laughed with his or her own children, and our Ukrainian mothers won't sleep tonight and other nights because their children are gone. Now a few days passed after the attack on Kyiv that happened on July 31st, and we began to learn the names. We began to piece together those who were buried beneath the wreckage. 31 people died that night, 5 of them were children, and among them were a young couple, Mikita and Sofia. They were both 23 years old. They fled the war from the city named Slavyansk. They had a hope to start the new life. They rented an apartment in Kyiv and they tried to build something safe in capital. But the missile found them there too. They died with their 2-year-old son. And Sofia was pregnant with their second child. They were a family full of plans, of gentle routines, and now all of them, the whole family is gone. 3 lives and 1 still unborn. And they were erased in seconds. A day after attack, their bodies were pulled out from the rubble, and the silence, it has no language. And each of those 31 had a story, had a name, favorite song, just the way they liked coffee, different voices. They were students, parents, neighbors. They were not soldiers, they were not armed, they were not threats. And the way that, like what is happening now in Ukraine, it's not the war, it's pure terror and murder. And there is no justification like I was following orders. There is no justification for that. And this rage that Ukrainians have leaves you breathless, because a child sleeping in the bed should never be a target, because pressing a button should not erase a family. And now we know all the names of those victims. They're just ordinary people. Please help us to preserve their memory, because silence is a second death. We have to remember and we have to tell the world what happened in Kyiv in the 31st of July. And I want to tell you that if you are watching this, just by watching, by listening, by caring, by refusing to let these names disappear, you can help Ukraine. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to help amplify these stories. And you can also support my project on Buy Me a Coffee, and your support helps me to tell the truth. Very important to keep this memory alive, because this is justice. And together we can remember, speak, and we can resist. Thank you so much for being with me and for listening to me. See you next time. Slava Ukraini!